This conference will now be recorded.
I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's Monday, August 7th, 2023, Bladen County Board of Commissioners meeting. Reverend Bruce Miller, it's good to see you, sir. And I appreciate you leading us in our invocation, and then County Manager Greg Martin will lead us in our prayer.
Almighty God, I thank you for the privilege I've been given once again to pray here for these servants, these workers, for our county, trying to make things better, bring us together. Huge job. Lord, and I pray we all know we have a calling to lift them up for what they're doing, and I do. I pray you give them wisdom. I pray you give them good health. Lord, I know they're going to have differences of opinions, but I pray you give them the patience with one another, at least hear them out and to understand. Pray now tonight, Lord, that this will be a meeting that is well worthwhile for them. They will accomplish what they need to, and we will give you praise and we will give them thanks. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We don't have some background music. Sorry about that. I thought I had it off. Before we approve the consent item, just want to make a few changes to the agenda. After we recognize Mr. Hammond, once we get to that, then we'll let Ms. Peterson speak, and then we'll have the reception, and then after that, if we can go into closed session, and then after, if we can also remove item 10C off the agenda. I make a motion to approve this item as amended.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Mr. Bullock, second by Dr. Mongolia. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This time I declare open public hearing and receive comments regarding the proposed Bladen Bloom Agro-Industrial Incorporated forgivable loan. Have anybody that wishes to comment or speak on that? This time I declare the public hearing closed. Next, we consider approving a joint development agreement with Bladen Bloom Agro-Industrial Incorporated. Motion to approve. Motion to approve, Mr. Peterson, second by Mr. Britt. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right. Next, we have special recognition from Mr. Larry Hammond. You want to come up, sir? Y'all want to stick down? On the front row, sir. Let you know, Mr. Larry Hammond, retiring from the county of Bladen. Been a lot of years with him. Been a good and faithful employee, and I hate to see him go. But in faithful appreciation to Larry R. Hammond for dedicated service to the people of Bladen County as Veteran Services Director, presented by the Bladen County Board of Commissioners. It says given the 17th day of July 2023, but that's our last meeting. It's actually going to be given tonight, which is the 7th day of August 2023, and your years of service, July 1993 through July 2023. And thank you so much for everything you've done for me.
Well, they said talk, so I can do that. In 1993, I hung a uniform up. I had been in uniform for 25 years. Life experiences change things as it does with everyone. And my wife back here, she said, there's a job opening, why don't you apply for it? Well, I'd never done anything like that before. I didn't have job interviews. I was a good sailor. And, so I applied, and fortunately, I got the job. It was 30 years and 1 month ago. And what I didn't realize was that it was not a job. It was a calling. I had worked for 25 years in the U.S. Coast Guard, search and rescue, drug interdiction, you name it, we did it. And it was serving our fellow man. We have others who do the same thing. And when I started doing this, I had multiple jobs. And I won't go into all of them, but the most rewarding was veteran services. There's a lot of veterans out there that need help, they need direction, they need some way to move from A to B through the bureaucracy. And that's what I did. And I loved it. I thoroughly loved it. But at the age of 74, I owe my wife and my children some time of theirs as well. So that's what we're doing. I told Maria a while ago, it's the first time I've had a pair of long pants on in 8 days. I've been out in the heat mowing grass, and my wife and I have been doing things. We've been running around with Kelsey. She's at home with us for a little while right now, and it's been great. But I want to thank Bladen County for giving me the opportunity of serving my fellow citizens. Not only Bladen County, from all around. It's been a great journey. Matter of fact, I had a phone call on the way here. Someone needed some veterans help. Did I know? And it's going to be that way for a while. But I've hung the keys up. I've given them to Greg. We've talked. And I just hope that there's going to be somebody out there that has the fire and the passion that I do for veteran services and to help our fellow man, whoever they are. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Hammond, y'all please don't leave. Mr. Fred would like to take a comment.
For everyone to know that I had the pleasure of serving on the Board of Elections under the direction of the director with Mr. Larry Hammond for 15 years. His integrity, I will tell you, is second to none. Most honest person I've ever seen or met in my life. And I appreciate that. I learn a lot from him. And because he is a gentleman. And I think when he took over veterans, he can correct me, and Mr. Martin can if I'm wrong. I think the contribution for the veterans pay was like $4 million in Bladen County, and I think now annually it's over $30 million. Am I correct in that? And that's not only just good for the county, look what it's done for these veterans. Larry, I appreciate you. And love you. Thank you, Larry.
All right, Ms. Peterson, East Arcadia Community Summer Camp.
I said I might not be able to get up. I'm Quessy Peterson, and this is Henry Rose. We are from the Coppers Creek community, and we do a summer program for the children every year at East Arcadia School. I just wanted to come tonight to thank you and let you know how much the agencies in the county helped us with this summer program for the youth in our community. We do it from a nonprofit, and we have no budget. So agencies and people in the community help us. The school system allows us to use their facility for the children. This year, when we did our registration, we had 61 children to register. I said, we don't have 61 children in Carvers Creek in East Arcadia. But what I found was that the children come to the grandparents for the summer. And the grandparents have these children in their care, and they're just not able to take care of them. So this program is free. It's at the school. It's from 7:30 to 4:30 and 5 maybe. And we do volunteers. Tabernacle Holiness Church donated money for us, and most of all, people to help. This is one of the young men who did the sports with the children. Now, I come often. Usually it is to complain. But tonight, since I had such a positive, I wanted to say thank you so much. And some of the agencies that the health department, social services, agriculture extension, Smart Start, parks and recreation, all of those using the services that are provided by those agencies to help us with these children. And we had no incidents, and we had started a new group, grandparents helping with the summer program. They would bring the children out in the morning at 7:30. They would stay, rest, see that they were there, go home and take a nap so they could come back and get them at 4:30. And the children were delighted. And I wanted to know, because he did recreation with the children, and it was difficult getting them ready to go home. But we had 3 young people who came with their older siblings. And they volunteered so much so that we were able to get somebody to sponsor them so they could get paid for the second month of the summer camp. So that's what we wanted to say, but I wanted Mr. Rose to talk a minute or two about his involvement with the children.
Yes, I was one of the volunteers with the program. My wife and I, she would have been here tonight, but she had another engagement. But it was really enjoyable working with the kids. I didn't do the basketball, but we did a lot of exercise. That's what we need now, is exercise, stretches, doing all kinds, So the kids really enjoyed it. I had a good workout with them, a good workout. So we want to thank you for all that you have done, and we hope to do this again next year.
With another director.
Another.
I just wanted to mention 3 children names
Yeah.
who are to be commended. They volunteered. Cabria, Jacob, Baldwin, Cedric Brown, and Brooke McCoy. Those 3 children, they were 14 and 15. They were not able to work yet, but they came every day.
Yes.
And they volunteered. And one child would tell her grandmother, we got to get there by 7:30 because we will have nobody else to take them to breakfast and take care of them. So we were very proud, and we appreciate what your agencies did. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
WCC?
Yes.
Exercise, I think I saw them exercise.
Yes. We did do that. WCT came in and did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both. This time we're going to have a reception next door. We've got some goodies. Recognize Mr. Hammond, so please feel free to go next door. Take about a 10-minute break.
This conference will now be recorded.
Back in session this time. A motion to go into closed session for attorney-client privilege, economic development, and real estate purchase.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Bullock, second by Dr. Mongold. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
This conference will now be recorded.
Do we have a motion to come out of closed session?
So move.
Motion by Mr. Bullock, second by Mr. Briggs. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Individual delegations wish to address commissioners.
Mr. Lemon Hall.
Good evening, everyone. And everyone having a pleasant evening, I am. I just want to speak to you briefly for a minute. As everyone knows, we've accomplished a lot down in East Arcadia. Now that we're not content with that, so we're starting to look at some things, maybe going in some next phases, maybe like doing some improvements and things to up our gradings. And of course, that's got to take money. If there's anyone offer funds anywhere that's left still available, we would appreciate, if we put an application, assisting us in improving our fire department. We're stepped up. We've got some more members coming in, so that's got to be more equipment, more turnout gear. We've accomplished so much, and I'm not going to repeat all of that, but, we're going to be looking forward to improving our ratings, this and that, and maybe looking at the possibility of asking for our whole East Arcadia Fire District back. But, we just want to keep you informed of what, some of our goals and stuff are. We aren't content in just being where we are. We want to do whatever we can to keep improving and provide even better service for the eastern end of Bladen County. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Matters of interest to commissioners. I just have one thing. I apologize. When I started the meeting, I should have said something about Mr. Cogdill and Mr. Gillespie not being here. But Mr. Cogdill had a personal issue come up today that he could not get out of. And Mr. Gillespie is at a work conference. I forgot to say that again. All right, next we have American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA. They're approving various ARPA-enabled project applications.
Mr. Chairman, we have one new application for your consideration, and that is from Small World Rural Heritage Incorporated in the amount of $10,000. It's on the bottom page.
Where's that at, Mr. Martin?
It's on the bottom, the second slide on page 2, the very last one.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve that.
Have a motion to approve. Y'all got the money to cover.
Yes.
They have a motion by Dr. Lundowens to approve Small World Rural Heritage Incorporated. Do I have a second? Yes, sir.
Come out of our district.
They're taking out their district. I have a second. Second by Mr. Bullock. Any discussion?
I know it's skewed to us, just a question. How long is this, I've never heard of it, so how long has it been in existence and sometimes we have folks come and represent, and share what they're all about. This has just kind of come out of the blue.
And their articles of incorporation were developed on May 26, 2023, and our application was submitted on June 15, 2023.
They were developed in May.
Yeah, but they've been in action, but did not have a nonprofit. But they have been active for several years. But didn't have a nonprofit.
Who's the person on record for state? When you look up, who's the administrator that you find on Secretary of State file? The person.
The person that owns the business, Natasha Kravarty.
And where's she from?
Thank you. Let's establish the policy.
Yeah, see if I can listen.
I don't know anything about it. I don't know if y'all ever go to Walmart and you go outside and there's somebody with a table and they got a sign, big and tall, and it tells this long description of what they do and they're asking for money. And it seems so broad and so wide, and reading this, it covers everything from motivating, engaging, publicize. It's like the biggest run-on sentence I've ever read in my life. I would love to see someone come and say, here's our program, here's what we do. certainly want to give money to folks that
It-
need it.
It is a nonprofit, and they didn't have a nonprofit because they've been working individually. I mean, without using their own funds, like community donations and everything else. And so they want to apply for the nonprofit status. They are, family members here, most of the folks out of Newtown on that area, and where are they from?
Been working 35 years
Yeah.
doing community service.
Yeah.
The overall goal is to fortify the communities of Bladen County to recover quickly from difficulties and spring back into shape. It's like a rubber band. Funds needed for facility rentals, travel, take a trip, transportation, materials, nourishments, refreshments, supplies, publicity, equipment, and community engagement support. I don't know, I don't understand.
And they do the same, they're the same ones also work with the MLK,
Parade committee.
parade and all that.
Same group.
And they meet all the requirements. And the funds come out of District One funds along with, March, yeah. The four of us.
Any other discussion, question?
Well, I'd like to make a comment. Coming at the four commissioners, ARPA fund, correct?
Yes.
I would like to respect y'all as four commissioners that obviously done your homework and you feel comfortable and it's your ARPA funds to hopefully do the right thing with. So I have to feel like and respect you that you're trying to do the right thing and you've researched it and it is the right thing. I mean, I see how I personally question it, but I would respect that y'all done your job, due diligence. Correct.
Thank you.
Anything else? All in favor, raise your right hand, please. Opposed, same. All right, that was the only thing we had under ARPA. Next, we have advisory board appointments. First we have is J.C. Peasley.
Mr. Esther, I got a list of people I think should be on it. If anybody wants to change anything, feel free to do it. District Attorney Alan Adams, County Manager Greg Elkins, Juvenile Defense Attorney would be Wes Johnson, Health Director Terry Duncan, Commissioner appointee is Joey Todd, Commissioner appointment Michael Ramsey, Chief of Police William Howe, Substance Abuse Professional Isabella Payson, United Way is Kathy Gant, Court Judge is Sarah McPherson, 121-year-old Jerry Williams, one public member, Megan Thompson, County Commissioner Cameron McGill, Mike Lowry, and Mark McMichaels. I think Mr. Brett has one.
School board called today, I talked to them at 4:30, and Ann Brown handles the SROs and the discipline, and they would like to have her.
Any other discussion?
So how many additions is that? The whole board had to be revamped, almost.
We need another board and a commissioner.
Yep, I put,
And she has some diversity because a lot of those kids that represent for, some of this county. Diverse board. I think he still kept Carl Lord, because he's from the school.
Mike
From
Lowry.
Olive Park.
Who's Mike Lowry?
They Carl Lord, because he was from the,
No, he came off.
was that, is that,
That's the gentleman that Paul
that Paula Brown? I think he should stay on.
That's Paul Brown, right?
I recommend he stay on.
Who's Mike Lowry?
Don't know,
Where's he? See him, Mike.
he got that.
You know where you got the name?
Where's Mike?
He works with, juvenile services here in the courthouse, I know that.
So that is my motion.
Juvenile probation, that's right.
Hester with Mr. Britt's addition.
So, Mr. Bennett, I ask you to add Ms. Keith Carl Lloyd on there as well. Because Paula Brown's students are
He's
part of it.
juvenile, Mike Larry's a juvenile guy, he's got to be on there.
Okay, then take somebody else off. He's from education from the Paula.
That's I made my motion, and
What other minorities do we have on this?
Not that I know of. Ann Brown be the only one I know.
I don't,
She's the only one, if you put her. And most of the kids,
you just said that it was, they had good representation, a few men going.
okay.
You did.
No, I said, you don't.
You said I did earlier.
No.
Look.
I thought you were adding people, not taking these people off. You need to have representation for the place that the students are coming from. Paula Brown, Carl Lloyd represent those kids, that group of people, and you have somebody come out of the charter school, and you have Ann Brown coming from the public school. So you should represent them.
That's why I made my motion.
Yeah, and the Hispanics, I knew we have for the Hispanics.
Representative.
You know, y'all had opportunity to bring these people's names to these boards like I do. If you drop people you don't put on these boards, bring them to the board and let's vote on them.
She gave you some.
Well, I'm not changing my motion, I'm sorry. You can vote it up or vote it down, I mean, I'm sorry.
Do what you want to do. You don't represent the people. You represent what you want. And to me, that's something.
No, ma'am, I spent a lot of time working on this today.
Today.
Well,
Okay.
you spent 0 time.
I did, because I knew I was coming off, and I knew that if you were not going to remove the people that are currently on here, such as Carl Lloyd, then we have representation.
Oh, boy.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
No.
Aye. Any opposed?
Now, Mr. Chair, I ask that we put Carl Lloyd back on this committee to represent the Paul L. Brown school.
So easy, though.
You can have others.
What's the limit?
According to the bylaws, they don't follow that. You can motion.
There's certain people that have to be on there, to be represented, but I don't know how many.
Right, they tell you how many, I'll tell you in a minute. Okay.
Ms. Marie, do you have those names?
I can give it to her, you can have that sheet, whatever. So, and that's right. I think, Mr. Martin, on the next two, we're not ready to do that yet. I make a motion with table, B and C, Tar Heel and Total Warren.
Motion to table, all the fire service district committee and total more fire service district.
Yeah.
And motion by Mr. Stevens, second by Mr. McGee, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Mr. Chester, can we move that forward somehow or another for the next meeting? I mean, I don't know what's holding it off while we can't consolidate them to that board, is what I'm asking.
Yes, I mean, the deed to we're right on the verge of finishing, Mr. Pearson, so.
Well, what I'm saying, we could, I don't know why the deed or, this is a done deal, I don't know why the deed has anything to do with advisory board.
I don't see anything wrong with it, probably.
So I was wondering if Mr. Martin would give us some names for it. I don't think that should help, legally something help hold that up, I don't think.
All right, about the 21st, we'll have it.
Yeah, but we've been tabling the last 2 or 3 meetings. 3 or 4. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, then you have some advisory board appointments for our next meeting. And Mr. Martin. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Wanted to review the calendar with you. And mention that tomorrow
from 12 until 5, there's a blood drive at Hickory Grove Baptist Church and Family Life Center, Center Road. Also tomorrow evening at 5 p.m., the Board of Elections meets. On Thursday, the 10th, at 6 p.m., the Bladen County Firefighters Association meets at the Mississippi Fire Department. On Friday, the 11th, from 6 until 9 p.m., the Sunset Jams Concert Series continues at the Farmers Market here in town. On Saturday, the 12th, from 8 until 12, there's a back-to-school blast event that will be held at Bladen Community College. Also that day, from 9 until 2, there's a blood drive at the Parks and Fire Department. And that evening, from 8 p.m. until 11, there's a summer concert featuring Garrett Biggs at the Grand White Lake. On Monday, the 14th, at 5 p.m., the Health and Human Services Advisory Committee meets. The Chamber meets on Tuesday, the 15th, at 8 a.m. at the Farmers Market. On Friday, the 18th, from 7 p.m. until 10 p.m., the summer concert series continues at Grand Regal at White Lake. On Monday, the 21st, from 2 until 4, there's an expungement clinic. It's really an informational session. It's not actually it won't be the expungement event. It's an informational session here at the courthouse. Also, the board meets that evening at 6:30. The Association of County Commissioners meeting takes place in Raleigh, the 24th through the 27th. On Friday, the 25th, 8 until 11, the summer concert series continues at White Lake. Saturday, the 26th, from 4 until 7, there's a summer concert featuring Pink Slips at the Grand Regal at White Lake. Also, that evening, from 8 until 11, there's a Cat 5 band, so it's like a full weekend of concerts, apparently. Moving over to September, on Saturday the 2nd, from 8 until 4, there's the Bladen Veterans of Foreign Wars organization will have a fundraising day. That will be their facility here on Hill Street in Elizabeth. County offices will be closed on Monday the 4th in observance of the Labor Day holiday. There's a prayer service here at 8 a.m. on Tuesday the 5th at the Board meets that evening at 6:30. On Saturday the 9th, from 10 until 2, the Bladenboro Fun Day event will take place in Bladenboro. Also that evening, from 8 until 11, there's a concert at Grand Regal at White Lake. On Monday the 11th, 5 p.m., the Health and Human Services Committee meets. Tuesday the 12th at 5 p.m. for elections. The Board of Commissioners meets on Monday the 18th at 6:30. And then on Saturday the 23rd, beginning at 9 a.m., there's a homecoming weekend scheduled for the Elizabethtown 250th anniversary celebration. So some events in the next couple of months, which is very nice. Moving on to item B, is removed in the calendar items. The cooperative extension is again excited about hosting a report to the people event like they've done in the past few years in the fall. And the proposed date is Monday, October 16th at 4:30 p.m. That's prior to our regular meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second that. Motion by Mr. Peterson, second by Mr. Moore. Approve that date of October 16th at 4:30. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Moving on to item D, the board is requested to approve a revised Focus Broadband Exhibit J document which identifies revenue replacement funding as our source of funding, the ARPA revenue replacement. It's just a clarification that we can make.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Mr. Peterson, second by Dr. Ellis. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. And then moving to item E, we have a proposed scope of work with Act Associates. You all know that part of this opioid settlement process is very detail oriented, and one of the things that we determined is that it may be beneficial for the county to choose option B rather than option A. Option A has approximately 12 categories of uses of the funding, whereas option B has 52. And so we would like to engage Act Associates to do a study. That's one of the things that will help guys on. And if you're in agreement with doing that, we also need to adopt a resolution to direct the use of those opioid settlement funds for that purpose.
Motion to approve E and F.
Second. Motion to approve E and F by Mr. Peterson, second by Mr. Bridges. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. And then item G is to request your approval in adopting a resolution to support the My Future NC attainment goal. And that is, the purpose of that is to enhance the reading proficiency level of young students in North Carolina and in Bladen.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion by Mr. McGill, second by Mr. Wood. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Individual delegation wish to address commissioners. Matters of interest to commissioners.
Mr. Esther, I got one thing I wanted to share. Tomorrow at the health department at 2:00, we have invited all TRIMS providers to come and share what they're doing in Bladen County. So tomorrow at 2:00, if you have any interest in what TRIM is doing in Bladen County with their contractors, it's 2:00 at the health department. Please come.
I was right, do you know how long it'll last? I mean, just, which,
I mean, it's 20, I've invited 28, I think, providers, so I don't know.
yeah,
I mean, I hate to be short with you, but I don't know.
no, it's fine.
What time you said it was?
2:00 at the health department. And there goes, just an update on the White Oak levy. So I got a call from, the military telling me that, our application is in the Secretary of Defense's office, and we should know September, October, whether they approve it or not. So I've sent letters to Rousers, Tillis, Buds, and Dan Bishop, asking them to please, touch base with Secretary of Defense, try to help us get that approved for that White Oak levy. And also Greg and I have been meeting with FEMA, about every week on conference calls, see that we can get FEMA involved in it too, so.
Part of that Rural Partners Network we're participating in this year, the federal initiative.
Yeah.
They did respond, I don't know that it'll lead to anything, but they really have been responsive.
Just to update on that, and, I talked to Brandon Norris, and I told him, we probably go to Kelly area going down the end of the year and give an update. So when we do that, I'll let everybody know so they can say.
My question is, because someone from that state's office asked if that the engineer, did they still have to come on board or not? Is it active?
Corps? No,
No, they're not.
they won't take it back until it's back within their standards. And that's the reason we're trying to get help. It's probably a $20 million project. Might be more than that now.
But they did get the information to him, back to our state's office. Thank you.
Any other matters of interest? A motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Mr. McGill, second by Mr. Bridges. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye.